Seriously. What the hell's wrong with you people?
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
Hey, welcome everybody. What's up? Welcome back to Strong Arm. What's up, Jeffrey?
Nothing. How are you?
I'm good, man. Well, guys, sorry for the delay. We're trying to get C's, the director, up and running on here. He's having audio issues. He comes on and he can hear us. Or no, we can hear him. We can see him, but he can't hear shit. And we're using StreamYard, so he's trying it on the phone. Now he's trying it on PC. Now he's trying it on his laptop. And he's consistently having the same issue. And he said, I don't know, he said, I'm trying to help him through it. I've never seen the problems that he's having, but hopefully we can get him on here. Man, it's good to see all you. What's up, Zod Ryder?
Hey, Zod.
Say, hey, Strong Arm. Good to see you. Good to see all of you. Got Jeffrey Warfield back in the building, y'all.
Hey. Been a real long time.
Jeffrey has made his triumphant return.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, let's see what we got in the building. While we are waiting for C's the director. Let's see. Mad Max. I don't know if this is the real one or another one. Howdy. He said, first mission, boycott Rich Commandos. The official beginning to Gunn's trash DCU. From dark, but you know what? You know, that's a hot take. And, you know, I know that I'm not supporting James Gunn's DCU. I'm not necessarily going to call for a boycott of it. And I know he's not getting a $10 from me because, as Deadshot says in that trailer that they are promoting right now from the original Suicide Squad, no money, no honey.
No honey.
No product, no money, no honey. They ain't getting no honey. They ain't give us no honey. They ain't getting no money from me, from us.
Yeah.
I believe that's the best way to put that.
Yeah.
But you know what? I do that. He does make a very good point, Jeffrey. We went from dark side, fucking dark side, brother. The king of Dr. Evil shit, man. You know, he gets fired. If it wasn't for dark side, there'd have never been a Thanos.
Yep.
And we went from fucking dark side, brother, and Justice League to fucking Creature Commandos and a full wide-scale reboot, which isn't even really a reboot.
Yeah, especially when you get down to it. Like, I saw a post of someone screenshotting a conversation James Gunn had on this new thing on Instagram that's part of Instagram called Threads, where basically James Gunn was having a conversation with one of these guys on there, saying that Creature Commandos that Peacemaker takes a place after James Gunn's Superman movie. And then the guy replied saying, so season 1 of Peacemaker is canon? And he said no, but Peacemaker is canon to his Superman movie, and it takes place after. It's just like it's like.
Yeah, and you know, that was, like I said, you know, we're already on the topic since that was the first comment that we got that brought us into that territory. We'll address it now, but that was something, that was the Peacemaker news, which I wanted to get into. And you know what, Jeffrey? If you can, are you on Messenger, Jeffrey?
I am.
But you're not really active on it?
Yeah, I'm not really active on it, but yeah, I do have it.
Okay. I was gonna say text or messenger, whatever way. Do you think that you can try and help trouble up their sleeves? Let's see if what we got this time. Yo. I was gonna say, see if you can help C's.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try.
He might need step by step. I don't know if it would be. It might be better on the phone, but he said the phone was kicking him right off.
Huh. Okay, because yeah, I'm doing it on my phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll try to help him.
I'm going to. Hold on. Let's see. There's some new features. It's been a while since we live streamed, guys. It's good to see you all here. What's up, Igor? What is up, Rod Ryder? What is up, the Movie Raider? What is up, Pedro? And everybody else. Jimmy Santiago. Edward, restore the Snyderverse. T-Flame, you are echoing. Yes, I can hear the echo myself. So it's not just in my headphones. Okay. So what's weird is all right, I'm annoying now with hold on. I thought it was just me. Okay, audio. Hey, Mike. Let's try something. Yo. That didn't make it any better. Yo. Can you guys still hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to my own mic settings. Hold on, guys. All right, hold on. What about now? Damn echo. Okay, hold on, Jeffrey. I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna come right back, brother.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, sorry about all this, guys. Yeah. Pedro says the echo of doom. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely the echo of doom, Pedro. GP says the Gunverse is the beginning of the biggest mistake of WB. But yeah, really, the Gunverse is just like already a huge mess before anything has been done. Before even Superman or even Creature Commandos comes out, which apparently, from what I hear, is supposed to be dropping on December because that's what James Gunn is pushing, but the animators are saying that's not gonna happen. That's even a problem for the animators to say that Creature Commandos is nowhere near done. Yeah, James Gunn is saying that we're gonna get this done by December. That's yeah, I can hear you.
How bad is the echo?
Okay, there is no echo, but you're kind of breaking up.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead and continue.
But yeah, as I was saying, like with Creature Commandos itself being like the first DCU project, even though Peacemaker is technically canon, it's just really weird how James Gunn is saying, "Oh, we're going to get the Creature Commandos thing out by December," even though our animators are saying that they're nowhere near done. They've only done like from what I can understand, the animators have said that they've only did the animatics, which from what I can understand, animatics are like the skeleton, like pre-visuals of animation of what it would look like. So it's kind of like stick figures of animation, and they haven't really done the animation part yet.
Yo, what about now, Trevor?
Still, can you say that again?
Yo.
Yeah, you're still kind of broken up.
Okay, hold on. Continue.
So yeah, just already shaky with just Creature Commandos alone. Uh, so yeah, and who Pedro says, or let's go down the list. So Zadright says, no, the biggest mistake was not letting Zach finish what he started. Yes, because when the Snyder Cut got announced, WB stock went way up, but then once they said that the Snyderverse was not going to continue, that just plummeted like the Titanic. um, so Pedro says cancel Peacemaker and the Amanda Waller too, and like yeah, like really, and that's the thing too. Like I really wouldn't mind a Amanda Waller spinoff show if we were getting the Amanda Waller from 2016. I would love to see that Amanda Waller show, but with how James Gunn did Amanda Waller in his movie and in his Suicide Squad movie, I don't want to see that Amanda Waller. Cause yeah, like how like even with how butchered the 2016 Suicide Squad is, like you can't tell me that you like 2016's Amanda Waller was cold blooded, but I still say to this day that Amanda Waller in James Gunn's Suicide Squad was really more of a brat than anything. Zod Rider says James Gunn has no business running anything. How that man can peel upward on the levels he does is incredible. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. Pedro, that's why he needs to be stopped. Mad Max reading material for Guns DCU. The toy collector. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, that's really good. Jimmy, they need to shut down James Gunn's DCU. Now we now now we know it's going To Bobby? Oh, to fail. Okay. Slipknot says, Songwriter, I watched a little of your stream with Mama Bear. I remember you saying that it has to be something personal WB have against Snyder, and that's the reason they abandoned it. Yeah, because hey, yeah, you're way no, you're way better now. You're all good now.
Okay, that's good. All right, don't echo.
Yeah, no echo on my end. What about you guys in the chat?
Sees the director, says device not connected. Okay. Well, anyway, so let's go and let me see if I can do this. There's some new stuff. Go to add item, add a media slot.
Zada and Pedro are saying there's an echo.
Huh. That's really weird. I don't know why. I have no idea. StreamYard must be just fucking up today. Yo. Okay. Something. What about now? What about now, Jeffrey?
For me, you're good. What about the chat?
Chats are still an echo? Dave sold out a long time ago. Yep. Still echoing. I don't know what was doing that.
Brad is saying that, okay, so people are starting to say no echo now. Or, yeah, like some people are saying there's no echo, and some people are saying, and the future is saying there is an echo. Yeah, it's weird. Like some people are saying no, and some people are saying yes.
Okay. What about now? So I got headphones. What the hell? Let's take the headphones off. Let me just try and. Yo. 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 Okay.
Zonrider said it's still there, but not as bad. I think he said he thinks it's picking up your webcam mic, and that's why you have it.
Oh. But that's weird because I got that turned off. You try and move it away further. Oh shit, something fell. Okay, hold on. What about now? Seems to be getting worse. Well, I guess I'm going to try this. Unplug the webcam. Okay, webcam is completely unplugged. I hear an echo in my headphones. Yo. All right, Jeffrey, go ahead and host the show. I'm gonna have to try and get this. Go ahead and continue on with the show. As they say, it must go on.
Yeah.
I'm going
Okay.
to try to fix this on my end.
Okay. Okay. So let's go here. So okay. Zod Rider Dave sold out a long time ago. I think Zod's talking about Dave, the film junkie. Honestly, I haven't listened or see any of his stuff in months now. Like months, like since like maybe last year, but really like clip. But I don't know about him being so. I don't know about him being a sellout, but he definitely has kind of been lighting the mood, so to say, on the whole thing. So I don't know if Dave is really a sellout personally. So yeah.
You guys hear me at all?
Yeah, we hear you. Chad, is there an echo?
What about now?
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you still.
Okay, I'm just testing out. I'm gonna try and you know what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna go.
Pedro, how bad is the echo? Okay, so he said that the echo is faint. Like it's like very faint.
He's saying what? The echo's the same?
No, it's like very faint. Like before it was big, but now it's very faint.
Okay. What about now?
Okay. What about now, guys? So it's still faint. So I think this is probably the best we're gonna get.
Okay. Long as it's not so bad that, it's you guys can't understand what I'm saying. I'm trying.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, we were talking about I've been kind of hosting this, talking about the DC leadership through the chat. Okay. And okay. Now let's go back. And says every DC YouTuber will probably support the Gunverse since they need content for their videos. Yes, Slipknot, absolutely. Especially if DC is like their main bread and butter for their content, they'll definitely support the Gunverse just to make a living, which I really don't blame them for. But if it's like not genuine, then yeah.
Is that better? Any better, guys?
Okay.
Do I sound quieter?
Now you're broken up again. So next time, just try fixing audio to where you're like not breaking up,
Hey, this
but
is StreamYard doing this shit, man.
Okay, now you're good. Let's just roll with it. Let's just roll with it.
All right.
Yeah, let's just roll with it. I think this is the best we're probably gonna get. Wait. Okay. Okay, and Zanrai says, wow, what's going on? Zanrai says, unfortunately, a lot of Snyder YouTubers are sucking off the gun already. Oh, wow. Uh, Mad Max, when you put your money over a creepy director, it raises questions. um, yeah, yeah, that's true. Pero they are hard for him. Oh my goodness, you guys are going in. But yeah, like it's, but yeah, like it's just very interesting right now with everyone just go with every hard loyal hardcore DC YouTube channels just going in for Gunn and
Yo. You hear me at all?
hey, so yeah, you're good, T Flame and C's, how are you?
I'm good. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Let's
Go ahead.
go.
Let go.
Okay. Okay, now we're good. Okay, now let's just run with it. But yeah,
What did I miss?
just me talking through the chat about the DC leadership and like how things are still messy and YouTubers and hardcore DC only YouTubers are now seemingly switching to supporting Gun to just make content for their channels.
Hey, but you know what though? That's a very valid point. But you know who I'm still rocking with? Aaron Fisher, man. He's still keeping it real, holding it down, and covering everything like without switching up or just baiting for clicks and views. I like what he's doing on his channel. You know, and like I said, I understand there's going to be people that are going to be, they're just diehard DC fans. They don't care who's doing what or what crooked moves the studio does or you know what I mean. I understand there's always going to be them fans, and I have no problem with people that like genuinely are looking forward to Gunn's DCU. I'm not one of them, but I understand for those that for those people. But when you were riding this Snyder train with everybody, and then all of a sudden you start, DCU this, DCU, it's gonna be amazing. That's that fake shit, and I don't rock with that. Can you hear me at all, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
All right, that's good. You know what I'm saying? We've seen a lot of YouTubers and social medias and Twitter handles and just people, influencers in general, turn tail and jump on the Gun, what they think is going to be the Gun gravy train, just for the sake of making content. And for me, that's just not me. I can't roll like that. Yeah, 4KO. Yeah, 4KO. He's solid too. I rock with 4KO. Mad Max says 4KO is solid too. 4KO and Aaron Fisher are really about the only two people. I mean, there's more. There's Skywalker. There's Cell, Zod Rider. There's still a few of us left.
Yeah.
Left that I'm talking about that create content that aren't turning tail just because people think the grass is greener on the other side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's no disrespect to everybody in the chat. Clearly, you guys are here. You guys are here for us now. And, you know, you guys have been there then. You're here now. So, and Zodwriter says it's all clicks and views for a lot of them. Exactly. You know, and honestly, and I know you guys probably, a lot of you guys will hate to say this, hate to hear this. I know we're all DC fans over here, but I would literally fucking turn tail and turn into a guy that gives Marvel a chance before I will give James Gunn's DCU a fucking chance based on the way that Gunn lied to this fandom over and over again, the way that he slid in like a snake, trying to get everybody to rock with him and give him a chance with his first Suicide Squad movie. You know, he got David Ayer under his wing, got David to tell us all, oh, give him a chance. He said he's going to release the Ayer cut. You know, don't do the campaign on the day that they're promoting the Suicide Squad. That was the biggest fuck up we could have ever did, because we were getting clips, never before seen clips of the Ayer cut. Then, while we were campaigning, we were raising a lot of awareness. It was going viral. We shut all that shit down for Gunn. And what did he do? He fucking took over the entire company. Cavill got fired. Zack's Crisis on Infinite Earths movie, which was going to be a revamp and a new take on his old storyboards. And he was going to come back and he was going to be affiliated. And I don't think he was going to direct, but he was going to be involved in some manner creating Man of Steel 2 with Henry Cavill. We had all this shit in the pipeline and announcements right on the verge of being announced officially. And I knew it. I knew letting that fucking snake Gun in. I knew it. Everybody's like, oh, you know, give him a chance. And, you know, and no, like, it always bothered me because, you know, he's the guy, and it's nothing personal with Gunn. I'm not even talking about his old ass tweets. It's about the fact that he was fired from Marvel. He's a disgraced Marvel actor or director, right? And
yep.
It's about the fact that of the message that we're sending by supporting Gunn, right? What did they?
Yep.
Why is it? And let me ask everybody a question. What was it that crucially made everything go to shit in the DCEU? In fact, before the DCEU, the Snyderverse. At the end of the Snyderverse and all through the DCEU, what was the main thing that Warner Brothers executives were trying to do? Be like Marvel. They wanted to reshoot everything because of the critical responses from them asshats over on Rotten Tomatoes. They wanted to make them lighter and brighter. They wanted to add humor. They wanted to make them smile. They brought in Joss Whedon, who was literally a Marvel director who directed fucking Marvel's Avengers 1 and 2. Brought him in to refilm it. Why? To make it like Marvel. Because, you know, they don't care about the IP. They don't understand the IP that they own. They don't understand DC is not Marvel. Okay? We got Justice League because they were trying to act like Marvel. Okay? So what message are we fucking sending by supporting James Gunn, who now they went to another, oh, it didn't work out with Joss Whedon? Oh, okay, let's go find another Marvel fucking director. And now let's make him create a whole fucking slate. You know what I'm saying? What message were we sending by supporting James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, which we mostly didn't, but that movie would have lost even more money if had it not been for David Ayer telling all the fans, hey, do this, do that.
Yeah,
you know,
and
support him. Give it a chance.
Yeah, and that's really the thing too. Like, I still can't even wrap my head around this, and this is really kind of like a good point. Like someone, like I remember that article that someone brought up, and
Possibly.
it was basically an interview with one of the writers of the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and she basically went into like how, the best parts of the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie were all my ideas, and and James Gunn wanted them cut out basically. For example, the backstory of the Infinity Stones. That was her idea, and James Gunn didn't want that in the movie. That was one of the best scenes in the entire movie.
Exactly. And you think about James Gunn is really the fucking hack, because you think about the Suicide Squad, all he did was he came into David Ayer's project, he took what he liked, which he didn't create, he didn't cast, he didn't do the costume designing really, he just took something that was already done, took what he liked, discarded and wrote over the shit he didn't like. So again, someone put in the legwork for him and he took all the credit for it. With the Suicide Squad.
Yep, he did.
Go ahead, C's. I can hear you.
All right. The problem with WB from the beginning is, like you said, they wanted to be just like Marvel. But the other biggest problem that they have, and this is one thing you have to always keep in mind, is they brought in people from Marvel into WB. So you're bringing the enemy, the competitor, inside, and they're spying and they're seeing everything that you're putting out. It's obvious that Marvel or whoever it's going to be, they're going to take the idea, they're going to put steroids in it, and they're going to give the end product, and then they're going to claim it that they were the ones that did it first.
And look at that, and I'm glad that you brought that up, C's. Remember BVS and Civil War?
Exactly.
Perfect example.
Yep.
Somebody brought up a fact. Civil War was initially going to be called Captain America: Serpent Society. Had a whole different script. We had Marvel people inside of Warner Brothers when Zach was doing BVS. Then all of a sudden,
that's the thing. Like, it actually goes a lot deeper than that. Like, a lot of people actually don't realize how deep that goes, because because the Russo brothers, as they were kind of developing Captain America: Servant Society, like you said, there was an interview. I forgot which one it was. It was either Joe or the other Russo. But one of them was basically having an interview with IGN, and they said that they had a conversation with Kevin Feige saying that, we need to make a movie that's very complicated to not lose our audience. And Kevin Feige really turned that down flat out. But then as soon as the Batman vs. Superman announcement came out at San Diego Comic-Con at 2017, James Feige to the Russos and said, you know what, you're right. And then that's how Captain America's Civil War came to be.
And look at what happened with Justice League. When Joss Whedon was there, Kevin Feige
said, hey, we should make... Kevin Feige was like, no, we should play it safe. But the Russos were on that, no, we need to make something that challenges the audience. Lose audience. So, yeah, like even the Russos are on that save on, we need to make something complicated.
Yeah, I agree. Jeffrey, you're cutting out just a little bit, bud. Caesar, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Jeffrey's frozen on my end right now.
Yeah, I see that.
But Jeffrey does make a good point. There he is, Jeffrey. You're unfrozen now. You glitched out for a minute.
Okay, but yeah, you get my point.
Yeah. But but like I said, and I said this in a video a while back. Disney acquired the rights in 2009 to Marvel. Okay, so Disney is no longer just, or Marvel is was never from 09 forward was no longer just Marvel. It was Disney Marvel, right? And there's been rumors, and this is outside of DC, outside of Marvel. There's been rumors for years and years and years about Disney having critics in their pocket and literally on their payroll. Okay, so I just find it interesting that when you watch Civil War, they changed the name to compete with BVS. When you watch the scene where the town hall where it explodes, they have their own version of that that's filmed extremely similar. You know what I'm saying? Extremely similar. Like they definitely had someone on the inside, and they were seeing this footage and seeing the script, and they were running back over to Marvel. Okay, and I'm not, of course, Civil War was a lot more, of course, critically acclaimed. Almost all Marvel movies until of recent, even the trash ones, were critically acclaimed. And and basically, wouldn't you do that though? Like, think about Warner Brothers, and this isn't giving Warner Brothers no free reign and without judgment neither, because as crooked as the executives have been at Warner Brothers, you think if they didn't have guys on the inside of Marvel that, you know what I'm saying, were fortunate enough to have allies inside enemy territory, that they wouldn't have done the same thing? Hell yeah, they would have. Look, the Warner Brothers executives back then were, and even some of them now, we still don't know who's who. They keep it real quiet there now because they know the fans will tear their ass up. But this isn't nothing out of the norm. You see all the crooked moves that Warner Brothers has done, and it's basically, I think that the executives got in a "you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours" with the enemy, and basically they scratched their back and they fucked them. And of course they're not going to come out and say that's what happened, because that's gonna, it's basically like corporate sabotage, or you know what I'm saying, or I forget the word somebody used the other day, but basically that's what it is.
Espionage.
Espionage, corporate espionage. And that is basically what has been happening from BBS forward. We had something really going for us, and because of this bullshit, and they started their own. And this is what's crazy. It's scary because when you watch, and I'm not going to go into politics, but you think about politics, right? There's two sides, and no matter what, look how many people just blindly follow down a certain path based on what the media is saying. And they don't even do the research to see if the media is telling the truth or if that's just an opinion. You know what I mean? There's a big difference between people's looks and views, opinions, and fucking facts, right? The facts are, we had a lot of fans that turned up for the Snyderverse. A lot of people that continued even after they basted BVS into the ground. Fucking low 20%, 21 or 22% Rotten Tomato score. That's insane. I can understand a 50%, a 40%, a 30%, but a low 20%.
But T-Flame, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's true what you're saying. The fake media is paid to give all these ratings, and look at what they're doing with Rebel Moon. They're crushing and destroying it, trying. But the fact is that they're winning, because look how many subscribers they're winning, because now you have Max and Disney teaming up to give us the consumers, because they're losing streamers to Netflix. That says everything.
Yeah, and see, like, this is a really good point. Like, someone actually, like, if you actually look at the Rotten Tomatoes score, if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes score for between both parts of Rebel Moon Part 1 and Part 2, you'll see that for some reason Scargiver is a lower score than the Child of Fire. And the reason why I'm saying that is because really you would say, looking at between Part 1 and Part 2, that a lot of people would be more grabbed towards Part 2 because it's more action-packed and more straightforward than what Part 1 was. But for some reason, it has a lower score than Part 1.
Yeah, and this is something, and like I said, the bottom line is that we see that all these shows, right? Let's start off with like let's talk about something in the same vein, like Star Wars: The Acolyte, right? Okay, you see that is some woke ass garbage, right? Look at how high critics rated that, right? Okay, and then you look at the fans, right? So here's the thing: critics are only if you're not, in bed with some dirty shit in Hollywood and scratching certain people's backs. They come after you. They come after your fans. They try to shut you down. They don't want someone who's a creative. They don't want visionaries in the modern society today. You know what I'm saying? Holly Weird doesn't. Okay. And that is what Zach was talking about when he said, you cannot like my movie, but just know the more you keep coming after every move that I make is another tick in their direction, basically giving the go-ahead and the green light for, let's get some more focus groups. Let's have it ran by the focus group so that they can tell us what we're allowed to see and not see. What you know what I mean? Let's add AI. Let's that every tick.
Yeah, and
that shit hit me. Every tick that goes in that direction, the more and more you can tell that you cannot trust any critics anymore for any content. It doesn't matter if it's DC, if it's Marvel, if it's Disney. If you look at the critical responses, anything that's good in the last 10 years to current, if it's good, I guarantee you that Rotten Tomatoes score is damn near ass by the critics. They just blast on it and dump on it. And everything that you see, including like Sonic movies, Venom movies, right? Shit like that. A couple of other things. For the most part, you see that you'll see the content that fans actually want to see with people they actually support, with normal movies, with true storytelling, and it doesn't have to be just Zack Snyder. It could go with. This applies to all of Hollywood right now, right? You'll see that anything that you see a real high critic score or a real high score from the fans, you'll see the critics take a dump on it. And anything that the critics got up in the high 80s or higher, it's got a bunch of DEI elements, woke bullshit, alphabet community bullshit, which, like I said, I have no problem with any of them communities. But let's make sure that the story comes first. Let's not just cut essential parts of plot devices out of the film so that we can add this nonsense and then also do that again so that we can make it more marketable and water the product down so that, Timmy over here who's 7 years old can see it too. Not everything is for everybody. Not everybody's going to like everything. That's why there is such a diversity in entertainment in general, and that's what's so beautiful about it. And more these days, they are trying to destroy that. They're trying to water that down. They're trying to make sure that visionaries do not come along anymore, and the more that people tick in that direction and don't stand up for what's right, the more that we're going to keep getting these beloved products, and we're going to keep getting products like Star Wars: The Acolyte. That's what you're going to get if you keep going at people and just listening to what the media tells you. Because the media is the one that started the narrative that BVS lost all this money. That fucking movie was making them millions of dollars before it even came out, just off merch, just off comics, just off of, you know what I mean? And then the BVS Ultimate Cut, which is based on the Snyder Cut of BVS, that's what the third highest selling fucking physical media of all fucking time, period, in all of Hollywood. Like, that movie made them, between everything, way over $1 billion. And that's why I have to keep reminding people that even the guy that was like I don't want to sound like not a CEO, but was a high-ranking executive at Warner Brothers during the time Greg Silverman came out and said, no. Every film that Zach did for Warner Brothers, besides Guardians of Gaul and Sucker Punch, made them fuck tons of money. Boatloads of money. And
this is
movies were extremely profitable. And the art was not bad. If the art was bad, then the movie wouldn't have made that much money. That means there was a lot of fans that enjoyed that art. And the fact that I showed in the last video, guys, how many people kept turning up after BVS came out proved that BVS did not destroy shit. This was all created by Rotten Tomatoes critics and Disney fucking shills that were paid and on Disney's pocketbook, corporate espionage type shit. Right?
Yep, and
all of the people that I see online that still 8 years later still repeating the shit that I know they read word for word in articles 8 years ago. I'm like, will you stop it with that shit? Because if you want to keep spewing that, how about you take 2 seconds out your day and go look up the fucking facts? Okay, Warner Brothers' market when the Snyder Cut came out was jumped up sky high, right?
Yep.
People like, hey, they're going to continue the Snyderverse. AT&T was like, pause not stopped. Hashtag pause not stopped. Right?
Yep.
You look
And
right, and then just recently, Jeffrey, when Zack Snyder, the news broke that Zack Snyder is signing on to do a 300 prequel TV series for Warner Brothers. Their stock jumped up. Yeah, it didn't jump way up, but their stock rose instantly off a fucking one announcement. Like, so this is the facts. You cannot argue with this. You cannot dispute this. And I hate the fucking fact that they spreaded the Zack Snyder's a hack bullshit. I still see these big name YouTubers with over 30K fucking subscribers still repeating this nonsense.
Because they're getting a check.
Oh yeah, they're definitely getting a check.
and
All of them are.
and that's really the thing. Like, really, I think that's really interesting. What's really interesting about this whole thing is, like, it's not just going into it in a Hollywood perspective. I think it's also in a art form perspective in general. Because sidetrack real quick, because I'm going to actually bring this whole thing around. When, like, there was recently a rap beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and before Kendrick Lamar dropped Euphoria, Kendrick Lamar was getting bashed by the media left and right, saying that, oh, he's not gonna drop anything. It's already like the big mainstream media was calling Drake the winner, even though Kendrick didn't respond for like maybe a day or two, and then like for like a few more days, people were still bringing him down and stuff like that until Euphoria dropped. And then only to realize the reason why he hasn't responded for 17 days was because he was pretty much making 10 diss tracks for Drake at the ready. So it's like, and that's the thing, like, where Drake kind of represents like the mainstream of rap, which is like talking about women, cars, and stuff like that. It's kind of like the same thing where mainstream Hollywood mainly just wants to make money, as much money as possible. And I think that's really why a lot of people liked going to see stuff today. Like for example, like on Twitter, you see people saying that, oh, people don't go to cinemas anymore yet because Furiosa didn't make a lot of money. Yet at the same breath, you have Doom Part 2 making a lot of money. You have the Bad Boys 4 making a lot of money. And also now, as of yesterday, making it $1 billion franchise. And then you have Inside Out 2 making a lot of money because those are movies that people very much resonate with and are very interested in. So like whenever I see these people in social media or in the media in general saying, oh wow, okay, there's an echo now.
If you want that, Drizzy's still coming for you. And when the boy drop, the world gon' stop. And that's on Big Owls, Big OVO. Can't Please, I can't take it no more, Kendrick. Leave him alone.
But yeah, like, see, like, that's my point. Like, it seems like in general, like, as a media perspective, that a lot of people just want to have their brain turned off and say like, oh, this stuff that people think is popular isn't popular anymore. Like going to the movie theaters isn't what a lot of people do anymore. Yet you have movies like the Bad Boys and Inside Out and Dune Part 2 making a lot of money in the exact same year, along with the Planet of the Apes movie, the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes movie making a lot of money for its own franchise. Like 55 million might not be a lot for a box office opening period, but for a Planet of the Apes franchise, if you're looking at the money, like someone actually made a whole list of like a whole ranking list of where Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes box office openings are, and the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was made it second place for the biggest box office opening for that franchise. So yeah, what does that say?
More quality.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
vote with your
Exactly.
wallet.
Quality. You know, and I just wanted to say that, you know, I hope that we go full force back, fighting for the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad. There is no reason why right now that they cannot release this movie when we've got over a year before any DCU content is going to be released anyway. David Ayer said, you know, that, you know, obviously he would like the third act of his movie polished a little bit, you know, because it's mostly done, but needs a little polishing. Will Rollins has said this, who has seen the movie, but he said it's not unwatchable though. Like even the CGI that is there's some differences. You know, obviously if we had our way, we would like to have his, you know, third act changed and you know and polished beautifully the way that it was intended to, but they can release it the way that it is, and you know, and my thing is that the leaders, the way that we're going right now, we talked about this earlier. James Gunn's DCU leadership, he's done nothing since he's been in power but get caught caught in lie after lie after lie after lie. You know, he lied to Gal Gadot, he lied to Henry Cavill, he lied to David Ayer, he lied to the David Ayer and us Ayer fans about the Ayer cut. He told them basically to get us on board with him, to help give it a chance, not to try to overshadow and with our tweet events and shit like that. When his movie was coming out, that the Ayer cut would have its time to shine, and all of that. And what did he do? As soon as he gets in full power, we're not doing that shit no more, David.
Yeah, and
motherfucker is what he is.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like I actually remember around that time that once James Gunn's Suicide Squad theatrical run was done, like I forgot what it was specifically, but basically David Ayer went on a Twitter rant, like a big Twitter rant, but yeah, like David Ayer actually went on a vague Twitter rant that was basically like, if you know, you know, because he was talking about like stuff like he was speaking in code, like saying join the cult and stuff like that, and just having fun with it. Like, and for those who don't know, like people who hate the Snyderverse have called the Snyder fans the Snyder cult and stuff like that. So like, yeah, I feel like, and the reason why I said that he made the big Twitter rant is because at the same time he was also he was basically going at Snyderverse haters, like actually going at him directly, and then he deleted those tweets a few hours later. But yeah, I still remember that. So like once that theatrical run of James Gunn Suicide Squad was done, I feel like after that theatrical run, something happened in between them where it was basically like a phone call where James Gunn or someone from WB said, "Hey, we appreciate you not hijacking our run with James Gunn Suicide Squad, but we're backing out of our deal and releasing your cut of Suicide Squad." And I think
I really
that
go ahead, Jeffrey. You still there? You still there, Jeffrey? Your audio's cutting out, bud. But yeah, it's just like and this is a great comment by the Prime. The behind-the-scenes shenanigans of these companies would make a much better movie than anything in the future of MCU and DCU films.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. If we look at it from a business point of view, we the fans know what we want. We want the Ayer cut. WB knows that the fans want the Ayer cut. James Gunn put his shitty Suicide Squad out there. It did bad. People don't like it. It's sitting at Walmart for $5 or less. and the thing is, when it all comes to it, this is the big reason that I see that's happening. If they release the Ayer cut, that's gonna be a threat. Why? Financially, because now everybody's again talking about the Ayer cut. Let's restore the Snyderverse. Why are we not continuing it? What happened? Why are these characters, on this one, but they're not on that one? But then this character makes it, but this one dies. We see the mess that they've caused. The studio has brought this upon themselves. And this is the outcome, because now they're going to be like, all right, if we announce the Ayer cut, the fans are going to be wanting more, because we're going to want Suicide Squad 2, not the Suicide Squad. We're going to want Suicide Squad 3. We're going to want Gotham City Sirens. So it's just Pandora a fuck fest. It's like, what happens? So WB is scared. They're like, we can't do it because now we have James Gunn in this reboot. But this is what I've always been saying. The same way we got that shitty Justice League, and then Zack came and he restored everything in the timeline with the Flash, is the same way that if the Snyderverse gets restored, is what Zack is going to use. He's going to bring in the Flash, reset everything, and delete everything that has to do with all the mess that came after him.
That's a very good point, man. Spitting facts. Spitting some fire right there, see?
Yep.
But WB is too scared.
And the thing is too, WB isn't dead anyway, so it's like their fear is stronger than wanting to get out of that debt, which is crazy to me.
Harvey made him $1 billion, but then another movie cost him negative $1 billion. So whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. James Gunn Suicide. That's right, James Gunn.
That's another thing too that breaks my head. So the Suicide Squad cost them more money than what they made at the box office. And again, if No Way Home was able to make $1 billion during the pandemic with no excuse, because I remember seeing it at the theaters, people were sitting on the steps with their masks on because everybody wanted to see it, because you have quality, and that's what the Flush was supposed to give us. And then again, he brings in George Clooney, and it's like, yo, what happened? But that's the outcome. That's why with the Suicide Squad is a preview of all the shit fest that we're gonna be getting with his DCU.
Yep, and that's the thing too. Like, someone actually, I forgot, like I saw a picture of it, but there was like an article that someone screenshotted where it was an interview with a former WB executive today, where I forgot the person's name, but he made a very good point in saying if a studio says a movie, don't go. If a movie studio says that a movie is good, don't do it, and listen to your friends. Which, if you really think about it, makes a whole lot of sense because what was the hype for the Flash movie? What was the hope for the Flash movie? Because I remember it wholeheartedly. The studio, meaning like James Gunn and David Zaslav and Stephen King and Tom Cruise, were even saying this is the greatest superhero movie ever. Like they were all saying it. This is
And
the
it didn't work.
greatest superhero movie ever. And what happened?
It cost them money.
Yep, exactly. So like if a studio says, so that's the thing, like if a studio says like a movie is good, I'm not gonna be paying attention to it. If a critic says that a movie is good, I'm not gonna pay attention to it. But if it's someone I personally know says that a movie is good, then I'm definitely gonna check it out because I know that person and he's my friend. He hasn't let me down. So like, and so it's like, yeah, like if like a studio says a movie is good, of course they're gonna say it's good because it's their movie. They're hyping it up, and a critic, he's probably gonna say a movie's good because most likely he's gonna get a check for it for promoting the movie. But your friend, he's just going like let's say like your coworker friend, he says a movie is good. He doesn't need to say that. He's just doing that for free.
Yeah.
Like yeah, so it's like yeah.
Hey, guys, I just got this clip, and I just want to play it one more time, real quick. This is Gun Diehard fans right now about Snyderverse.
We don't care what you drop. You can drop 5 more times if you want, Doc. Drizzy's still coming for you. And when the boy drop, the world gonna stop. And that's on big.
The funny thing is apparently the funny thing is about that clip is apparently people are saying Drake is gonna drop another song soon, which I hope, if anything, I hope it's not Juneteenth because that is gonna be the worst decision Drake could possibly make. Dropping the same day that Kendrick Lamar is gonna be in a concert, live streaming it on Prime and Twitch.
T-Flank.
Yo.
Look at the comment that somebody just posted, and it's true. From Mad Max, Saffron is a failure too, and that's true. We gotta hold him accountable too. It's not just James Gunn.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Go ahead, see, he's going on it.
You know,
Yeah.
check it out. He produced Shazam. That thing flopped. Blue Beetle was a complete mess. But guess what? We're getting right now an animated series with Blue Beetle. Oh wow, I'm excited for that.
Yep, and if I'm correct, not only was it a flop, but someone actually fact checked this for me because I might actually be wrong. But wasn't the Blue Beetle like the worst flop for DC at that time?
Yep,
Like not even for that time, but for that whole year. Because I might actually be wrong about that. But can someone actually check if Blue Beetle was the lowest grossing movie for that year?
It was the worst one.
It's Blue Beetle had a worldwide gross of 128 million. Yep.
Wow.
That was the worldwide box office for Blue Beetle.
But yeah, we're
Oh wow.
100. So that was worse than the Suicide Squad.
But we
Wow. And now what is it said? Hold on. Now let me look up real quick just for shits and giggles because I don't remember. The budget for Blue Beetle was 104 million, and the movie only grossed 128 million dollars worldwide. That is a colossal failure. That's hundreds of millions, over $200 million that this thing lost.
But that gets green.
Yep, and that's really that's the thing. Like people say, and that's the thing is probably bigger than that because the budget was because that budget is probably just counting like the make the movie budget. You're not even counting they're not even counting the marketing up for the movie. So you definitely know it's way more than that.
So this is like to piggyback real quick off of what C's the director was saying. So we've got between Gunn and Saffron, we've got the Suicide Squad, lost over $200 million. We've got Shazam 2, lost over $100 million. We've got Blue Beetle, lost over $200 million. Between them two assholes, they are responsible for all three of those movies. Oh, and let's not forget The Flash. James Gunn had said that was the best movie he ever seen. He ordered reshoots. He was giving notes to Andy Muschietti. So he is responsible for that. That movie lost the studio over $100 million plus dollars. And I'm just going to say over $100 million for the sake of argument and doing all the research right now. But between all of those movies, you've got these assholes in charge of creating you a whole new universe. The two guys that lost your company hundreds of millions of dollars with every fucking project they were involved in.
Yep.
How does that make sense from a business standpoint?
And that's really the other thing too, like going to Peter Saffron real quick, because a lot of people are probably thinking that we're just going to be hitting on Saffron. But the thing is, like, I still to this day love the first Shazam movie. Like, I really do think that the first Shazam movie is a really great movie on its own, and even as a superhero movie, I think the first Shazam movie is great. But to see what they did for the second one, I really didn't feel anything for it.
No, I mean, honestly, I was never big on the first Shazam movie. The highlight and the high point for me for the original Shazam was it had my boy, what's his name, something Glover or whatever, the guy that played Lex Luthor's father from Smallville, playing the bad guy's father in the first Shazam. And he was a fucking savage in Smallville. He had long hair, he's a businessman. And man, I love that guy. I loved seeing them try to bring him into the DCEU. I was like, man, if Snyder can get his hands on that actor, and they not find a way to bring him back and find a role for him, that guy would play a bad. They should have hired him as Lex Luthor's actual father, our Lex from BVS.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They both have the long hair going. They both have the suit and tie. You know what I mean? Like the whole. It would have made sense. I would have bought it. And that guy's a hell of an actor, man. That guy's a good actor. He's very underrated. I forget his name, but his full name. I want to say something Glover, but maybe But I really like that guy a lot, and I didn't like how they killed him off in Shazam. I thought it was a very wasted potential. The thing that ruined the original Shazam for me was that the end of the movie, that end credit scene or whatever it was, where they had the dude come in that clearly wasn't Henry Cavill, but where the color of the S was changed, and it was a
that's the one thing.
That
that's the one thing I didn't like.
if they would have cut that from the film, not killed off my boy, I'd have gave that movie a 7.9 out of 10.
Yeah, because to me, that's the thing. It's a 7 movie to me. But
as a standalone, till they figure out how they want to incorporate him, But the second one, hell no. And I think it's hilarious that he wanted to talk all that shit. He wanted to get on the live streams, come at the fans, and then they cooked your ass like a turkey.
Yeah, and that's
tank so bad.
Oh yeah, and that's really the thing, too, where I still find it very odd how Ash and Angel and really, like, that's the thing, like, I was actually only when in Shazam 2, I was really only interested when in Billy Batson. Like, I was only interested in Ash and Angel's scenes because he was the person that was really going into it and really was the interesting character. But then you have Zachary Levi being kind of like a man-child, where it's like he's the kid version for some reason. Yet he's supposed to have the wisdom of Solomon. Like, he's supposed to have the wisdom of a god, and is acting like a child in that situation. Like, how does that actually make sense? Yet Billy Batson is supposed to be like in high school at this point in movie terms.
Right.
Remember how Levi was defending his quote unquote friends, James Gunn and Peter Safran, kissing up to him, but he doesn't get another movie?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. You see what happened? Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it's hilarious, and like I said, he could have been. He could have been on the Snyder train, and he could have easily just been on the fan, not even the Snyder train. He could have just been on the fans' side, and it would have done whether or not the Snyderverse was restored or not. It would have done his movie nothing but favors. But what he did was just sabotage his own movie, and he has nobody to blame but himself when he doubled down on kissing the ass of James Gunn and Peter Safran.
Yep. And really, just like one more other thing was kind of how it seemed like one more thing about like Ash and Angel, about how his whole process, like, he really gave me a lot of respect to him as an actor, because when he was talking about how he was preparing for this movie, how he was preparing for his Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods, he went in depth with how he was looking up PTSD, because how Billy Batson was a kid at the time of Shazam 1, and how Billy Batson has been through some stuff and stuff like that. So he was like really taking this very seriously, to the point of looking up PTSD and that whole process.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy is when a
So
child
like,
actor
so
does
it's
a
like
better job than a grown
James.
man.
So it's like he.
True.
So it's like Ash and Angel was really trying to take this very seriously to improve himself, while Zachary Levi was just having a kind of collect sort of.
Yeah, he just and you know what? I wish I had a clip ready for it. He went full retard. You never go full retard.
What the hell?
You know what I'm talking about, Cease? He just went up there and made just a complete ass of himself. We're just up there, just. Man, they must have been the most annoying motherfucker to work with on set. You know, you got a little child actor researching PTSD and the effects of the character, and like, okay, this is the second movie. You know, where would he be at now? This kid's sitting here taking this shit. You know, he's aged a couple years. You know, so he's a little taller, older. He's trying to make this shit believable. You know, and do his due diligence to do his role. And then you got this big grown ass 40-something plus year old Zachary Levi on the set, just like a damn chimpanzee on stage and shit.
It hurt his career, man. It just completely total damage, man.
It's like, his antics were a little over the top in the first movie, but at least then there was a reason. Like, the kid was much younger. It was supposed to be more lighthearted. He was discovering everything for the first time. Shazam was born and created for the first time. Everything was new. The kids were younger, so you could get away with that little chewing bubble gum and shit. But it's like, okay, it's been quite a bit since that first movie, and the kid that you're playing doesn't even act like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? The kid didn't act like that in the first one, but it was semi-believable. It was entertaining. But they come in the second. Just imagine seeing that. You're there like, yeah, we're on the set of Shazam today, Shazam 2, and you see this kid, sitting here reading a script and serious, studying shit, trying to, and then you got this 40-year-old man in a tuxedo and shit just.
Oh man, it's completely embarrassing.
Just being a damn goofball, man. Like it was so off-putting watching Shazam 2. Seeing the difference between the two characters, it's just like they were not meshing at all. Like, Levi really took me out of that movie in the second one a lot.
Big
like
time.
I said. And besides that, hold on, I think my headphones might have died on me. Somebody
so am I good now?
Oh, yeah, hold on 1 second. My headphones are... 1 second, guys. Plug this boy in. 1 second, guys. Oh, shit. Where is that going to plug in at? Uh-oh. I'm going to have to sacrifice my camera. All right, hold on, guys. 1 second. You guys, go ahead. I've got to do this.
Like if they would have just said, look, we're going to do Shazam 3, but we're going to do it with Henry Cavill, and we're going to bring in, The Rock to do Black Adam, it would have been good. But again, I just don't get, how did these executives, who and how are these meetings held? Hey, for example, all right, you imagine everybody sits there, suit and tie, whatever, and all of a sudden they're like making these proposals and say, hey, look, we should bring in Henry Cavill. Let's pay him what he wants. And we know this is going to bring in revenue. And somebody just on the board has to be the dumbass and say, no, you know what? Let's just go with something opposite that people don't want. Nobody's asking. And then just go forward with it. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I'm like, how? Like, you guys want money. You need money. You're just pissing off the audience more.
Yeah, like, you can't tell me that you would have loved to see Henry Cavill Superman go up against The Rock's Black Adam. Like, I think everyone would be excited to see that.
If they would have put that at the end credit, like a whole full scene, like probably like a good 5 minutes, just building up to that. Like,
yeah, that would have been awesome.
It's even sad how they did Henry Cavill at the end of Black Adam. What it was, like a 3 or 4 second clip of him, and that's it. I'm like, what happened? Like, I remember seeing the screening. Everybody was like excited for it. Everybody wanted to see that. We're like, oh snap, this is coming back, And then look at where we're at right now. We're getting a freaking Superman with underwears on the outside again, and we're going back to the 40s, I guess.
Yep, and someone actually pointed out in the for the post-credit scene, someone actually pointed out that they would use the rendition of the first Christopher Reeve Superman theme, and I'm like, wow.
And then they tell us to move on, but then they want
Yeah,
to bring in,
exactly.
the John Williams score, and it's just, oh my god, it's like they're saying, WB, they just love to lose money. It doesn't make sense,
Hey,
But then
you guys
again,
hear echo?
no, you good.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
Or no, never mind. It's faint, but
yeah,
it's good.
long as it's faint, not too off-putting.
Yeah, you good.
But yeah, it just that's a very
But yeah, like that. But yeah, like that's the thing. Like I actually wanted to see more of the Rock's Black Adam universe and what he was gonna do with it.
And
Like,
when you look at it, Black Adam was actually on the right path because it was supposed to.
yeah,
I think it was supposed to be rated R, but then it went through so many changes, and they're like, we got to do a PG-13, and for it to be
yeah, like yeah.
R,
Apparently, there's like maybe like 3 rated R cuts. Like apparently, there's like 3 rated R cuts because WB and the NBA were so hell bent on making it PG-13.
but for what we got for a PG-13 was badass because when he threw those exploding cars and things just went off, I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
people are dying, like that's just not like they got hurt. Like these people are really like killing on this movie, but it was dope. I liked it, but it's just a shame of what everything has been happening, and for sure, James Gunn is to be held responsible for that, man. There's nothing else.
Yeah. And his whole plan too, real quick, because his whole plan doesn't make it sense at all. Like for it to be connected to like movies, TV shows, and video games.
Yeah,
Like on paper, like I said this on Twitter, and I'm gonna say this here. On paper, it sounds cool. Like on paper, it genuinely sounds cool for everything to be connected in every form of media. But at the same time,
it's too much.
but at the same time, when you actually take a seat to actually think about the possibilities of it, it really does sound like a production hell, as the people say, where like, for example, let's say a character and is going to appear in a video game, and that actor's schedule is way too busy to make a few lines for a video game and
Yes.
stuff like that. Or let's say, oh, your contract for this video game has expired because of so many delays, and this video game had so many, and this show had so many delays because of production issues and blah blah blah. Like
Right.
there's so many ways for it to go wrong that I think people haven't really thought about like what James Gunn's and Peter Safran's plan is. It's just like it just wouldn't make any sense because there would be just so much problems with it that they aren't really thinking about it. They're just going with it just without thinking about it and just focusing on creature commandos and then James Gunn Superman movie and then Peacemaker, which apparently is canon and takes place after James Gunn Superman movie, but apparently season 1 isn't canon, but it's still the Peacemaker show is getting a season 2, which is canon to the DCEU. And you see what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you step by step how everything is right now, and it still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. If I was on the board, I would have been like, yeah, we're crossing all that out. We're not moving forward
Yeah.
because they sound horrible. Like I think that's what it is. WB just needs balls. And that's like they do. Like when Joker was in the Dark Knight, he was like, "What happened? Your balls fall off?" That's exactly what happened. They've always been dark. They've always been gritty. They've always been aggressive. And trying to be like Marvel, it didn't work. It's already proven in 2023 we saw all the flops, and that we have to congratulate ourselves because it's just tired. You know, the fans are sick and tired of it, and we've had enough. So it's just flop after flop after flop. And you know, once James Gunn's Superman kicks off, which is now gonna kick off with Creature Commandos. But remember, James Gunn also lied, and he said that Blue Beetle was gonna be the start of his DCU. You see how this?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he had said that. So
And
that's why it cracks me up when people are like, "Oh, well, you haven't seen what James Gunn has done." Yes, we have. We've seen plenty.
Yeah,
Yep.
we've seen plenty
His
enough
piss
of
poor
what
leadership.
James Gunn has done.
It's not
And-
working, you know. But
yeah,
why?
and the thing is too, James Gunn is saying, "Oh, Creature Commandos is going to be releasing on December.
And
It's going to
nobody's
be
excited.
releasing on December." Like he's pushing this December release date. Yet when you talk to the animators, they're like saying, "No, we're nowhere near done with this movie. I don't know where he's getting this December release date. Like we're nowhere near done."
They're doing like GameStop. They're just putting a date. It's tentative, like how the GameStop when you try to pre-order something, they don't even know themselves. It's a mess. It's a mess. That's why I don't
So
know how
yeah, it's just like
things
so
are-
weird right now with this with James Gunn's and James and Peter's DC plan. Like I don't know what like I don't really know. Really, I don't even think they know what their plan is because the thing is like someone like who in like apparently if I remember correctly their first chapter is called Gods and Monsters, and it's like why would you name your first chapter of a book Gods and Monsters
I see a lot of
when
monsters.
you haven't started your universe at all to begin with? Like I'll give like this is another MCU and DC thing, but hear me out. Like I'm gonna bring this around. For for the like you can say whatever you want about the phases and stuff and how many movies the MCU has and how they'll never end the MCU. But what I'll give them props for with the Infinity Saga is they didn't call it the Infinity Saga until like maybe I think it was like after Avengers Age of Ultron, which at that point they were still in their second phase. They didn't call it like phase Ultron. They didn't call phase one of the Avengers of like Avengers
Right, it was
one
just going.
they didn't call Avengers one phase Loki. They didn't call it Avengers 2 phase Ultron. Like they didn't give all of these random phase subtitle names. They just said this is phase 1, this is phase 2, this is phase 3, and now with the multiverse saga they just say it's phase 4. So
Right.
like I'll give the MCU props for just saying this is just phase 1 and that's it.
You know,
But
the thing that trips me out, right, is that the first phase, right, we're going to get Creature Commandos, hard R-rated, random D-list team up, not C, D, bro.
oh yeah, Creature Commandos. Like really, I don't think anyone I don't think the majority of the world doesn't know who the creature commandos are. Like
Right.
they probably only know Weasel be from the Creature of Commandos because of James Gunn's movie, but they don't really know who the Weasel or Creature Commandos are.
Then we're gonna get Superman Legacy, which is apparently just being called Superman now.
Yep.
And have you guys seen that more shit has came out now? there is so many characters in this Superman movie. At this point,
Oh yeah, hot girl.
they're going to rename it. It's not going to be called Superman anymore. This is not a Superman movie. I don't know what they've let Gunn have full charge, full control. Warner Brothers is going to be in for a rude awakening when this movie comes out and they see that this ain't a fucking Superman movie. It's going to feature Superman. It's going to feature a Superman.
Yeah,
we've got people from the Creature Commandos. The voice actors that are cast for Creature Commandos are going to carry over, and they're going to physically portray 2 or 3. There's going to be 3 or 4 characters from Creature Commandos. It's going to be in Superman Legacy now. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Yeah, also,
I
heard about that.
The Authority, and then we've got all of the Authority. It's going to be in there. That. Then we've got JLA characters like Hawk Girl, right?
Oh, yeah.
Then we've got Jimmy. We've got Lois. We've got the Kents. We've got there's going to be so many fucking characters in this movie.
Oh yeah, and we're also getting we're also getting Supergirl or Superwoman.
And Supergirl.
Like really think about that. Like we're getting Supergirl in a Superman movie, and like a lot of people make jokes, and a lot of MCU fans like to joke about Captain America: Civil War being Avengers 2.5, but literally James Gunn is making a Justice League and a half movie with Superman, with this new Superman movie.
I've got to get out of here soon. Right, I've got to get out of here soon, guys. But there's 2 points I want to make real quick, okay? And Ray just brought this up, okay? Gunn actually pitched Creature Commandos to Warner Brothers, and they never said yes to it. He got put in charge, and this motherfucker went back and greenlit his own shit.
Yeah, he really
is this kind of shit up, bro.
He's basically that meme.
This kind of stuff up, dude.
He's basically that meme of the guy saying, "I am the captain now" to Walter Amada. like you canceled. You said no to my stuff. Well, now you're fired, and I'm the captain of the ship now. So we're doing that.
Yeah, but my thing is, it's just like, what is the main complaint though, right? What was the main complaint for the Snyderverse when it first started? Before the BVS smear campaign shit started, right? The main complaint was that soon as BVS came out, right? The complaint was this universe had the BVS having 3 fucking people in it, mainly 2, Batman and Superman, and it featured a Wonder Woman at the end of the movie. Okay.
Yep.
So apparently that's too many characters. It was cramp packed with characters. They didn't have solo movies. They didn't world build first because everybody was comparing it to Marvel. They're like, oh, they're in, and you know what? Then after BVS, Justice League came out, right? And everybody that was complaining then was, they rushed it. They should have took their time. Okay, so here's James Gunn. His first fucking movie for the DCU is a mini Justice League movie. The very first movie. Where in the hypocrisy is unfucking real. Seriously. This guy went back, greenlit his own project at Warner Brothers lesson. He went back, got put in charge, was like, yup, let me get that. This dude greenlit his own fucking shit, man.
Did you see now? Did you see now that with this whole thing that's going on with the Batman 2, that if he's gonna bring in, or has he casted Batman? I'm telling you right now, James Gunn is lying again. He already has somebody to play Batman, and he already has somebody to play Wonder Woman. And don't be surprised if they appear in his new Superman movie and it's gonna become a ripoff of Batman versus Superman again.
Even the title Gods and Monsters, right? That's literally some wordplay stolen right out of the BVS movie.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's right.
Zack Snyder's the one that treated the characters like gods, and everybody had a problem with it. You know, but now this asshole, but anything they can steal from Zack and not give credit to, you know, of course, gods and monsters. How? Where have you established, okay, so the gods are going to be in Superman Legacy and the monsters are going to be in fucking Creature Commandos animated hard R-rated bullshit that you greenlit yourself? This is the James Gunn show, okay? And if you're not a hardcore James Gunn fan, then this is not for you. This universe, all of DC, is not for you. Because guess what? If you're not a hardcore James Gunn fan, well, guess what? Too bad. It's going to carry across to comics. It's going to carry across to animation. It's going to carry across to cartoon format. It's going to be on the big screen. And it's
The video
all
game.
Yep.
And it's also
all of it.
Yep.
What a fucking joke.
It's a circus.
It's
Yeah,
beyond a
it really
circus.
is.
It is beyond a circus. You know, circuses bring a level of enjoyment that I've never fucking felt with James Gunn. Hey, Zachary Levi on set, for example.
James Gunn and the Ringling Brothers.
You know, see this guy running from a fucking tiger eating a hot pop and shit, you know, and drinking a soda. It's a level of enjoyment, and sometimes, you know, I just want to dumb shit down, and that tiger's gonna get your ass.
Yeah.
Better run, man. You know, that there's a level of enjoyment I would argue that a circus brings that I've never felt with James Gunn. So I feel like it's unjust and not fair to the circuses.
Yep.
Yo,
That's why we don't want to hear no excuses. On the day of release, Superman needs to make $1 billion. If not, the internet is ready to go hard on these clowns.
And,
yep,
you know,
and since we're on the topic of Superman, real quick, just one real point.
this is
one real
interesting,
quick,
guys. Real quick. Go ahead.
just one real quick point. Man of Steel right now holds the largest worldwide box office for any Superman movie.
Nice.
So right now, Zach is head of the Superman box office. Keep that in mind as you head into James Gunn's Superman movie.
That
Okay.
says a lot.
You know, I want to, Future Tron just said this in the chat, and I kind of want to touch on this because I do got to get out of here. Soon, guys. We've had a wonderful live stream. I know I wanted to keep this going. I know we're at 1 hour and 43 minutes, but the first 30 minutes of this damn thing, all three of us were coming in and out, having technical difficulties. So, and we got quite a few people hanging in there with us. So we do appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Yeah.
Restore the Snyderverse, release the Ayer cut, Snow Snyderverse Netflix, all that shit, guys. Always. And hit the like button if you guys haven't already in the chat. But Future Tron said Gunn and Corn Sweat got booed off a stage in Mexico last month because they found out that Cavill wasn't playing Superman anymore.
Don't play with South America, man. Like,
Yeah, that's
like
serious.
you think America is hardcore DC. You don't know anything about South America because just when Ryan Reynolds just jokingly mentioned the Snyder Cut, the whole theater at CCXP went erupted, and Ryan Reynolds didn't know what he unleashed on that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know, and wow, you know what, Future Tron? I'm gonna look into that. I might make a video on that tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah, because I need to see that.
You know, C's, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, that's if that's true, we need to look into that.
Let's look into it.
I think we should both make videos on that for tomorrow, brother, for the you know, for the fans.
Let's do it. Let's
you
do
know?
it. I'm down.
Yeah, probably because I have work from 8 to 4 tomorrow, so
Okay.
that's really my schedule. 8 to 4 Central Time.
Right on. Well, we can find some way. We should, you know, because on these, you know, I can do like a live like this without going live and have the three of us in here. I can screen share. We can discuss it. I can download the clip, not make it go live, then edit it, and then drop it and we can drop it on all of our channels.
Yeah, that's fine.
Um,
I'm down.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, obviously, I want to look into it a little more and make sure and see. You know, not that I don't that I don't believe them, but you know, if there's any holes in that, you know, they'll tear us apart. You know, so we gotta. I
we
gotta
gotta
look into it.
yeah.
expose it for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, this is another thing. This is another thing
so
that
if
disgusts
you-
me with James Gunn. The child murdering weasel continues.
Yeah,
And what is it with
and
James Gunn and weird, off-putting behavior to little kids, to being affiliated with people that have done criminal acts towards little kids, giving us characters on the big screen that do weird shit and unspeakable shit to little kids. What is up with that shit? Like,
He's a weirdo.
what's up with that? But
you know, and I understand that this is a character that's existed, and you know, but it's like his choice of the whole entire pantheon. You put fucking you put Weasel, and you wrote Weasel into your Suicide Squad, really? And then you come
you're
out
trying
with a project.
to
Then you greenlight a project, and you put Weasel in where Weasel's in it too. Like, what is your fascination with fucking people and characters that do weird shit with little kids? Like,
Right.
I don't understand. He's made comments and again, I know they're 12 years old, but the comments are about him theoretically in a theoretical situation doing weird shit to little kids. I don't understand the shit, but
yeah,
anyway,
and real quick about that booing situation, I think that Future Tron mentioned. He said that it's from Sin Havoc 5150. Zod Rider heard about it from him as well.
Oh, we really got to look into it.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
We will stop at nothing.
We will stop at nothing. I love it. Oh man, but all right, guys. Well, I gotta get out of here. Any closing you guys want to go through and do your closing statements? Yeah.
Go for it, Jeffrey.
Really, I guess for me it was just a really fun time talking to you guys. Really great to be live again, especially after how this summer is going. Getting ready for college. Woo, let's go. So yeah, just really glad to be here. So yeah, just really glad to be here to talk to you guys before heading off to college.
Nice, man. Congrats.
Yeah, congrats, Jeffrey. He's doing
thanks.
He's doing what are you doing in your college classes, Jeffrey?
Playing on filmmaking.
Nice.
Yeah, attaboy.
Nice. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Like I said too, I appreciate you for having me. You know, appreciate everybody's been watching and supporting us. We have to keep on fighting. We can't give up. There's no stopping it. There's no stopping us. They know it. That's why they're, you know, the same thing that happened with the Snyder cut is just repeating itself again, you know, and the haters know it, and you know, they just don't want us to shine, but there's no stopping it, you know, and you know, it's just we're gonna keep doing what we gotta do. You know, we're fighting for a good cause. We're all coming together. It's the ball is starting to build up again, and you know, people are starting to find out. They're realizing that hey, you know what? Like these people are onto something. You know, when you got real mainstream people that want to see more of the Snyderverse and the Ayer cut, that tells you so much. You know, and it just takes the right people once again to get this train going full force again. And once that happens, they know that they can't stop us. I think this is why James Gunn is desperate, trying to cram everything that he can into one movie. And don't be surprised that movie's probably like 3 hours long just because he wants to cram everything. You know, he's gonna try to cram everything into one movie, and you know, it's just not gonna go anywhere, honestly. You know, I wish it would have been the opposite, but I see disaster when it's before it's gonna happen. And this right here, we all see it. You know, it's just fact. You know, everybody knows it. Rotten Tomatoes is on their payroll, and all these other YouTubers, they're on their payroll. So of course, you know, they're gonna try to make us look like, oh, we're the ones with the problem. When in reality, we're gonna see, because in the end, at the box office, the numbers don't lie, and it's gonna speak and it's gonna show you where we the fans are the majority and where we have that power.
Absolutely. Exactly. And we already know that anything that's going to be released by James Gunn that goes strictly to streaming, that they're going to get, he's going to get positive reviews. They're going to inflate the numbers and try to be like, oh, it was the most streamed thing ever.
Yep.
But where the real testament's going to be when that damn Superman Legacy movie comes out in theaters and we can truly see that box office. That is where the truth cannot be hidden, no matter how much they want it to be. That is where we make our move. That is where we stand firm and do not support this new universe. Because we already know the animated movies, it don't matter if nobody turns up to see that shit on streaming. Okay? It don't matter. They're going to lie and they're going to be like, it was the best thing that we've ever seen in our critics are in our life. And they're going to say the numbers were spectacular. No.
The day when it releases, everybody cancel your subscription to HBO Max.
Yep, and take pictures. And take pictures of it. And who knows? Maybe we might do that down the road. We need to start organizing, getting more organized again. And what I want to close out with, guys, is I just want to say real quick, I do think that Wolverine and Deadpool, if we get the movie that addressing Slipknot fan, if we do get the movie that the fans were promised, with no compromises by Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, what they were fighting for, and we go opening day and it's watered down, they cut out a bunch of shit that's not in the trailers and add a bunch of DEI elements and shit. I mean, who knows? But if we get the movie that we're truly promised, I see that movie making $1.4 billion all day long in the long run, worldwide. Me personally, but either way, I know they've got $1 billion. I truly feel and believe that they've got $1 billion hit on their hands, and I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna go see it. But other than that, back to DC. Talk with your dollars, people. That's all I can tell you. And, don't be afraid to speak up. We need to get more organized like we were back in the old days. And, I'm pretty much the people that are here right now in this chat and between us right here on the panel. We're going to try and get some events or something together and try to lead the way for everybody. And hopefully everybody gets down. And as C says, we will stop at nothing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm sorry about the beginning of the live stream, guys, the technical difficulties. A lot of you guys hung in there for us, and we really appreciate you guys. We will see you guys next time. And that is it for me. C, you want to do the outro?
Appreciate it. As always, keep on fighting. Let's keep going. There's no stopping us. We will stop at nothing. Continue the good fight and fire James Gunn.
Hell yeah. Till next time, guys.
All right, till next time. Appreciate y'all. All right, later.
Peace.